Well, it's time to focus on the football after a busy summer at Kenilworth Road in a transfer window. No further news before the end of the month as we were unable to shift a few off the wage bill. However, on the pitch, it has started very similarly, if not slightly better than last year. At home at Kenilworth Road, we've created a bit of a fortress. We've won every game with a clean sheet so far. On the road, though, it's a very different story. We just can't stop conceding goals. Can we change that today? Well, let's go and find out. It's one of the relegation favourites. Yes, hello and welcome along to part 27 of this FM06 Let's Retro Save from Luton Town. We are at the start of a very important run of two games as we face Derby and Crystal Palace, two of the relegation favourites this year, albeit Crystal Palace might produce our first big home test because they have started in a similar vein to us in the Premier League this year. We go away to one of the relegation contenders, Derby, having not picked up a point on the road this year. But I've got to be honest, things are looking good. And we've now got the two French signings we made in the summer back from the Olympics as well. So if you're looking forward to seeing their debuts, probably off the bench today in a double-header in the Premier League, then please do put a thumbs up on it. As for now, we reflect on a positive start to the season. Unfortunately, as I mentioned, no further signings in. We tried to get 2 or 3, but they did reject us. Rodrigo Diaz, we targeted at right back. He went to Fluminense, I think it was in the end. We also had a couple of loan offers rejected, with players going elsewhere. Greg Halford I wanted as a backup target man. He went to Middlesbrough, who we beat last week. So no players going in, no more players going out. And no more in terms of the loans either. Not able to get one that I would have liked to add. Unfortunately, none of the others off the book. So we've got a bit of a bulked up reserve team now. But we're going to look at the first team because the fixtures this season I've been pretty happy with. We talk about settling in and establishing ourselves as a Premier League side. Well, at home, we're starting to look like a very good one. You were with me as we beat City 2-0, showing our qualities on the counter-attack. Of course, Leon Osman picked up an injury after that, so we've not seen him since. And today we're without Curtis Davis, who's away on international duty. He did form a key part of a fairly sturdy defence against Chelsea. We got a goal via Sean Maloney. Unfortunately, though, we weren't able to hang on. Flamini was the star of that show. But he keeps picking up knocks and having to come off injured as well. At home to Wigan, a much more comfortable 2-0 win than the City game. Both Walcott and Crouch, the two new strikers, scoring. Walcott in because the Frenchman Robert was at international duty. And of course, Maloney dropped back. That because Leon Osman out injured. But both of them looking a real handful. And at the back, we were fairly solid there too. The same can't be said against Aston Villa, where we were actually 2-1 up until the 65-minute mark. We had to make changes. Flamini gave away the penalty for 2-2. Walcott was struggling a bit physically, had a little minor injury at that point. And when you're bringing on the likes of Dean Morgan with respect, you're not going to be winning those games. And late on, we were just found out with a few errors. After that, though, and I should mention in that game, it was Crouch and Nichols with the goals. After that, we managed to get Basagno back for the next game. Just solidified our defence a bit. Zonneveld got man of the match as he delivered a beautiful whip cross for Peter Crouch, who scored the goal in a 1-0 win against Middlesbrough in our third home game. But now we really want to pick up a point on the road because you look at the games after the League Cup tie, the Arsenal, Liverpool, United, even to an extent Fulham, Bolton, Blackburn, Newcastle, who have all spent time in Europe in this save. And it does become a little bit trickier, probably until the whole game, where we start to face those sides in and around us again, in them and Sheffield United. So got to try and get at least one win today. Ideally, I'd target 4 points, but Palace are looking a very good side as well. So we've got to be careful. Let's see how we get on as the finances look good. We've kept the club in a positive bank balance. We've saved a little bit of the budget, not through choice, but mainly because people rejected us at the end. And the expenditure isn't too bad at the minute. We're well under the wage bill, which the budget has gone up magnificently. And we're looking okay. So I'm fairly happy with the way we're playing. I do think we are going to have to adapt on the road at some point. Maybe even look at going back to our championship tactic away from home and just playing sort of 4-4-2 direct up towards the striker and then sticking with this tactic at home, which seems to be working much better. Let's go and get through to the first game today. We go away to Derby, who have picked up 1 point and have a -8 goal difference in their 5 games. If we're going to pick up points on the road this season, this has probably got to be the game, especially when you consider that one of their star strikers is out, Seth Johnson's out, and he scored one of their 2 Premier League goals this year. It's really an opportunity, isn't it? There's some good players in the side, but let's see what we can do as we go through to R11, which is without Curtis Davis, who's on international duty. It's without Leon Osman, who is still injured from that first day of the season. But the bench is stronger than it was before. Cassie and Robert, both back from the Olympics and could make their debuts today. I've stuck with the same 11 apart from Curtis Davis. He's been replaced by Andy O'Brien. Otherwise, Basagno is into that back three. Hopefully will do well. And then in midfield, Flamini recovers from a knock against Borough that forced him off in the first half. Maloney has dropped into that number 10 role, and both Walcott and Crouch are looking great up front. So let's just see if away to Derby, we can finally put a point on the board on the road. Well, here we go against the 4-4-2 today. Derby have brought in BOLO Zenden, and I know you saw a few experienced names there, the likes of Manoni, Chris Baird, Stephen Pearson, always a good player in the old FMs. So let's see what we can do in the first half. We've stuck with Kevin Nichols, despite the fact we've got the Cassie back, and I'm hoping that he'll be able to produce another good display, because he's actually been one of the star performers this year. As Anton Ferdinand is forced into the channel, plays the ball away to Foley and now Flamini, and he goes long towards Walcott, looking over the top. Unfortunately, he's not going to win the aerial duels. You've got to get it in behind for him. Zenden picks it up in centre midfield though. Big switch of play to Navas, who drifts in from the right and looks for Zenden. Quality player there, and he's forced Foley inside. It's clever play. Gives Robinson space on the left for them. Into Pearson. Ball across. Beats everyone. Basagno and Rodic going up. Neither of them got a touch. Goal kick, still 0-0. There's a positive start for the hosts as Zonneveld with a throw down line. Crouch flicks on for Walcott. This is the chance we're looking for. Big Peter Crouch has flicked it on. Theo Walcott's got pace in behind. It's a good save by the goalkeeper. Manone doing a job against, well, a former teammate, I would imagine. Unfortunately, though, stays 0-0. Although I don't think Walcott ever went to Arsenal in this save, did he? As Crouch goes up again. Rudd can't get there. Navas goes wide to Baird. Big ball forward. Basagno wins it. Maloney not able to get there. Not really got into this game yet. Zenden finds Pearson again. Scores her with a shot. Oh my God. Keeper. Keeper. It was straight at him. What are you doing there? Kasper Schmeichel's had a really average start to this season. He's rated fantastically, but that was appalling. Anton Ferdinand took all of the weight off it. It was dribbling through. And for some reason, he's parried it straight back into Scors's path. Now, he's a brilliant young striker. He's not the best physically. He's not the best mentally. But if you give him the ball 10 yards out with an open goal, he's unlikely to miss as Rudd gets the ball in the centre circle. And I will say, while we've struggled on the road this season, Ascendant's just curled one in the top corner. Oh my God. While we've struggled on the road this season, we've been ahead in every game come the second half. We went 1-up against Chelsea. We were 2-1 up for ages against Villa. This has been a disgrace. Where has this away performance come from? Zonneveld's on a free kick and we could do with a lifeline. We almost get it. It's a good save. It's behind for a corner kick. I think we're going to see the two French boys, aren't we? Because this performance is not inspiring anyone. Zonneveld's going to be on duty. Are we missing Curtis Davis that much? Are we missing the pace at the back? Doesn't really seem like that's where the goals have come from. As Maloney goes all the way back to Schmeichel. And he puts it up towards Crouch, who's apparently fouled Morgan. He might get a booking here as well. The referee's coming over. He gets away with it. I'm really disappointed. This is the first time we've played appalling this season. And again, we're just seconds at every second ball. It's not ideal. As O'Brien goes up towards Crouch, flicks on. Walcott gets a touch in. Crouch again. Very heavy touch from him. Goes back to Ferdinand though. Keeps possession. Finds Foley on the right. Flamini's there in the middle. Foley again. Can we get one back before the break? Maybe do it in reverse this time. Start behind and then get back on terms. Flamini's into the box. Peter Crouch is there. And he unleashes the volley over the bar. It's another good chance that goes begging. You look at the match stats. It's been relatively even, but we've given away 2 goals. Now we've got the injury at right centre half. Oh, it never rains, but it pours. I haven't got a centre half on the bench. I gambled because Davis was on international duty. And I don't know if anyone can play there. We'll have a look at Flamini. He can't. So can one of the right wingers or someone tuck in? Foley can't do it. I think Keith King can a little bit. and Baraji can slightly as well. So awkward for Keith Keane. Zonneveld, I think, was unconvincing. He is. I don't really want to lose him going forward, but we might have to. So what we're going to do then, O'Brien will switch to the right, Zonneveld left centre half, and Baraji will get a rare long run out in the Premier League. He'll come on the left wing and at least add a little bit more pace. But this is where the problems start to come, isn't it? If the injuries pile up, the international duties, I don't remember it being this bad, with players just drifting away during the season. The Olympics went on till the end of August. We've now got Sierra Leone playing in the middle of a Premier League season, and not even for AFCON. It is bizarre, as Baraji gets the ball into Walcott. Oh, good save. You'd argue we've had the best chances of this game. A mistake from Schmeichel and then a brilliant finish from Zenden, which you probably can't do much about. But we've had 2 or 3 that have forced brilliant saves from the keeper. Baraji's forced backwards again. He gets it to Mathieu Flamini. And at half-time, yes, Derby might deservedly lead, but we've had our chances. I want to say I'm furious with that because it's been a terrible display. Peter Crouch is apparently the worst offender. Our top scorer this year. Not doing anything to cheer up our assistant today. He's rated terribly. Zonneveld's got a free kick on the left. Up towards Crouch again. Doesn't even reach him this time. Baraji will get a second chance though. Into Maloney. Up towards Walcott. Have a go. Heavy touch. Just that final bit of quality is not there today. Nichols and Flamini combine as O'Brien finds Zonneveld. Basagno in the middle. Up to Maloney. Has support from 2. Goes alone. It's not what we want to see. And I'm not asking him to shoot from distance too often, am I? Not ideal as Foley intercepts the ball. Good work from him. Up towards Crouch. This is a chance. 1-on-1. Peter Crouch straight at the keeper again. How many are we going to miss? How many chances are we going to miss in this game? We've now had more than the opposition and more on target. But every one of them straight at the goalkeeper. Let's hope Valentin Robert can come on and take some because this is getting silly. It's up towards Crouch again. Wins the header. Good save by Vito Manone. We're going to see out the corner and then we'll make the changes. Because this is getting very frustrating in a day we should not be behind. As Crouch flicks on, it's a foul against him again. I think we're going to have to take him off because he's struggling. Although he's rated the best player now. Make it make sense. I'm going to take Walcott off for a bit. And we're going to go to Cassie on for Flamini, who's had a poor game. And I'm hoping we get some form of response. Now, De Cassie's got a brilliant long shot on him. I've got to work out which side I had outside the area. Yeah, it was that way round. So De Cassie and Robert are both on for debuts. It's a positive to come out of today, if nothing else. We've been the better side overall. We've given away 2 poor goals. And now we just can't get back into it. Robert's picked up an injury. Oh my God, how many are going to come? We've finally built a good side, and now this year is going to be the injury galore season. Maloney finds Robert. He might have a knock, but he still gets the shot away. And that makes me think that he's not going to be the centre forward his attributes suggest. Doesn't even reach the 6-yard line. That's appalling. I'm a really frustrated man today. I was getting so excited about the way we were playing, and I thought this would be the away game it would turn. And to be honest, on the performance, we could have had a 3-4, 5-2 win here. But we've just not taken chances. It's been so frustrating. Maloney gets it up to Robert again, who second best to everything at the minute. And if that injury's bad, we're going to be back to square one. O'Brien chasing in the channel to Rodic. Tell you what, if Davis isn't back from international duty next week, and we've still got the injury to Ferdinand, we could be in trouble. As Zenden gets it in, Connolly's up. Good save, Schmeichel. O'Brien away. It's the first time he's really had to make a save, apart from the one he parried straight into their path at the start. I'm so annoyed we've lost that game because we were the better team. We had so many chances. Valentin Robert has not started well. I don't know why he's got the attributes for finishing because he didn't show him in that one. Let's see how bad the injuries are because this could be a real sucker punch. Anton Ferdinand, 6 days to 2 weeks. Could be worse in fairness. But we need Davis back for next week. He's played okay for Sierra Leone. Now get back here and help Luton Town. Back in a moment for next week's game, where now we need to continue our good home form. Well, it's Luton versus Crystal Palace. An early kickoff on TV as we prepare for another home game at Kenilworth Road. Can we continue to form? Well, the good news is we've got Curtis Davis back. So Anton Ferdinand will drop out of the team due to injury, but we've not weakened it too much. Leon Osman is returning from injury, but he's nowhere near conditioned yet. So he's going to have to sit out for this one. Maybe we'll get him a sub appearance in the cup in a week. I don't know. Let's look at the rest of the side, because in theory, we should be looking at the likes of Decassi and Robert. Robert's performance gave me no encouragement last time, and he's already unhappy that he can't settle in, which I don't know what I can do about that. I can ask to resolve it, which I will after the cup tie. And then Decassi, I think we'll probably start him in the cup game in midweek and then bring him in after that if he does well. So the rest of the 11 will actually stay the same here. We didn't play that badly against Derby. We had lots of chances. And for the first time, Peter Crouch wasn't taking them. So let's see if we can change that today as we host Palace. We've won every home game with a clean sheet so far. But Palace have been a bit of a bogey side at times in this save. They've given us a couple of hammerings. Let's hope that doesn't happen this time too. As they've set up pretty defensively with just Andy Johnson playing the Lone Ranger up front. But we know he's got the pace to cause us trouble. And he doesn't mind scoring against us either. They're building a pretty good side here, and they had some great young players at the start. They brought in Billy Jones from Crewe. They've got Tom Saws, who's become a superstar. They've also signed the likes of Dyer and Tuma and McCartney, who have all added Premier League experience. So let's go and get into the first half of this one. Hopefully, we can produce a positive display. We have been good at home, but look at this. It's Palace straight away. Doofer into the front post. Crouches up, and he's lost the header. Oh, what's happening? What is happening today? Don't ever turn the game off when you're on a good run, kids. It applies to every FM. I know Palace are a bogey side, but that takes the mick. They've got a free kick in our half. Riolati goes to Stella. I've got to see how Fatty compares in the air to Peter Crouch as it's into Andy Johnson. Nobody's there. Davis clears away to Foley. Come on. As soon as we've got one of that back five out, we struggle. Walcott's flicked it on. Not really the way round we want that. And Foley's just gone wandering. He's decided he's not playing right wing back anymore. Toomer's put Johnson in. Davis is in no man's land. And Schmeichel again. It's straight at him. And he's parried it into danger. Let's have a look at this heading ability. Okay, 20 jumping reach, 17 heading. I might have to forgive him there. That's the man you just can't deal with in a game that's on set pieces. Estella goes into Riolati. Oh, I started this so optimistically. I was really pleased with where we were. Now Nichols has given away a penalty. Oh my God, what's happening? What have I done to deserve this today? Doofer steps up. Schmeichel lets it in. I'm speechless. We've played well in every single match until now. At home, we've not even looked like conceding. This has come from absolutely nowhere, but Palace are doing it to us again. Toomer's in, Schmeichel saves it. What is it about Crystal Palace? This would be the third time, if they get one more, that we would be 3-0 down to them at half-time. Next to no other side does that, as O'Brien finds Flamini. Where's the response? Nichols finds him again. Deflection is cleared away. His second season syndrome back on the cards. Maybe I need to get those French boys in a bit quicker. Oh, the centre-half's committed. Basagno, that's poor. Get back in. Tuma crosses. It's blocked for a corner. Oh, I really need to have a think here. Because this is turning into a disaster class. I don't want to get a knee-jerk reaction because we've played well in a lot of games. But this is really worrying me. I can't lie to you. Half an hour gone. The positive is we look at next weekend. We could have Osman Ferdinand back, the two French boys in, and it looks a very different side. But there are some really poor mistakes occurring here. Zonneveld, I thought he had the knock there. He's okay. Jones has got it on the right, though. Might not be okay after this. Andy Johnson, he might be injured, but he's flying past our defenders. Andy O'Brien, not quite physical enough. And Kieran Dyer forces the save. Crouch can get the ball down. Heavy touch. He's challenged straight away. Oh dear. Oh dear is all I have to say to this performance. Crouch again is rated 5 out of 10. Maybe he's just been dominated aerially today as George McCartney continuing the Palace dominance. Schmeichel does hold one. We can party. He's held the ball. I didn't know he could do that. Foley gets the ball on the right, throws in towards Crouch. I've selected short throws instead of long throws this season, and I'm seeing more long throws than before as we get one back. On the stroke of half-time, Zonneveld just puts it back into the danger zone and Maloney guides it goalwards. He's had a poor start to the year. I wonder if this is starting to be affected by morale as well. We've got the likes of Maloney, Basagno, saying, I want a new contract, I want more money. I'm going to question the team's passion because it's not been a good performance. And then maybe we look at subs soon because Nichols has been poor and he shouldn't be first team anyway when De Cassie's in. Walcott's offered nothing, so maybe we have to go for a bit more guile up there. As Tuma's got it on the left, can we at least keep it a 1-goal deficit for now? Kieran Dyer into Johnson, and again, fires wide. I'm going to make the first subs. I'm not waiting any longer. Schmeichel's going to be taking it, but Nichols off for De Cassie. Flamini will switch sides. And we're also going to go Foley for Keane. He's been poor at right wing back. And I'm going to go Robert on for Walcott. I know Crouch has played poorly, but Robert's good in the air, but no, do you know what? We're going to go for Robert. Give Fathy a different challenge because he's too good aerially against Crouch. Let's take off the top scorer and hope that we get a good outcome. Not often what a manager would do, is it? An hour gone, we've got a free kick with Zonneveld. Go on, put it in the top corner. Straight at Groher. He's rated 19 out of 20 for free kicks, but they don't seem to be of the same quality. As O'Brien plays to Davis, we're starting to find momentum though, and we've got a chance down the left with Zonneveld. Goes for the big ball in, and Walcott's up. It's away, Flamini's lost out, but he gets back at him. De Cassie's fouled by Johnson. He lunged in a bit there. Referee just ignoring it, turning a blind eye. And now they take off the big centre-half, don't they? There's 5 to go. We've gone more aggressive. We've picked up an injury as well. It's number 6. Is that De Cassie? I think it is. Robert finds Walcott. We've got a chance to break. Just cannot stay fit, can they? Walcott on the left-hand side. Twinkle toes. Goes for the shot. My word. That was a cracking effort. 2 minutes added on. It's not going to be enough, is it? I'd absolutely love a point now. Would have been gutted at the start to get 1 point out of this episode. If we equalise here, I'll be a very happy man. Makinoff's pass back isn't great. Green's able to go down the line though. And Zonneveld are committed. Looked a mile offside. But of course, the flag doesn't go up. I'm genuinely a bit dumbfounded. I turned this game off yesterday. We'd started the season really well. We were looking good. We were winning games. And out of nowhere, I mean, the Derby game, we were the better team. But this one, is it just the Palace curse? I don't know. I'm starting to think we might be in trouble again now, especially if we keep getting injuries. Walcott loses the header. There's 1 minute of stoppage time to go. And it feels like this is the last chance to create something. Keith Keane with a throw on the right. Plays short to Davis. Keane goes for the switch. It finds O'Brien. Can we get the ball forward? Stop passing along the back. It's not an England international friendly. There is nothing in our instructions that tells you to do that. Please. Davis goes up to Robert. He's offside. He's offside even if he wins it. Nothing's given though. It's away as far as Basagno. Please get the ball forward. De Cassie to Walcott. Riolati intercepts. It's all a bit desperate. It's all a bit disjointed. And we're going to lose back-to-back games. Thankfully, we've got a League Cup tie that we should win in midweek. But then with 2 or 3 tough Premier League games coming, it could be like that spell at the end of last season where we go a long way without a victory. Robert finds Zonneveld. Last chance to put it in. It's overhit. Keith Keane can't get there. And we lose 2-1. And now what was a promising start has become a very poor one. It wasn't good enough. That was a really poor performance. And yet another injury picked up. Is it going to be a bad one for De Cassie? It's no injury at all. What were you complaining about? Oh, come on. The good news we've got here is that bar against us, Derby have looked awful in every game. City are really struggling. Bolton are having a terrible year because a few of their sort of legends are over the hill now. They've got a lot of injuries at the minute. And even though they've brought in a couple of superstars, the likes of Arshavin and Van Persie, they've not really got going yet. And they've not really played to their strengths in terms of formation. So it's not the worst start looking at the league table. But when you consider the run of games we've had, it does become more alarming. Because bar Chelsea, we've played, I would argue, 6 sides that are going to finish in the bottom half. That's my honest opinion of it. And the next 3 league games are Arsenal, Liverpool, United. So I think we're going to skip them. And we're going to come back for probably Fulham and Bolton become the biggest ones, don't they? Fulham will likely be a bottom half side, albeit I know they've started brilliantly. They've signed some good players as well, Pedro Mendes being one of them. But I think they're 2 games that are absolutely huge. So we'll probably come back for them because it looks like we're going to have a second season battle on our hands. If you did enjoy this one, real disappointment in a game that we should have won first up. And then the usual Palace display second time, then please do put a thumbs up on it. I'm sure you enjoy seeing me frustrated every now and then. It'd all been going a bit too swimmingly, hadn't it? Can we bounce back in the cup and get a surprise result in a league game? Maybe against one of those sides playing in Europe, I don't know. If you want to stay up to date and find out tomorrow, subscribe and turn that notification bell on. New episodes every weekday at 4:30 from this save as we continue our fight against relegation. And I think today we've had the warning sign that that's exactly what it will be this year. In the meantime, come and check us out on Twitch. We are live the next 3 nights, among many. You can come and follow us over there for regular live streams. Still playing FM24 on that one. And I'll see you back here tomorrow as we've got 2 more big games at the bottom of the Premier League table.